All right, so our dear friend David Barnes asked a great question about the change in the Hasidic movement away from its original approach, which would be considered radical in its time, to being the more conservative branch of Judaism, or one of the more conservative branches, if not, and of course many people disagree, but to a certain extent it's very hard to deny the conservatism of Hasidism. And what I said is that, to a certain extent, I myself, people think, Rabbi Yitzchak, he's a Chassidish, wears a Streimel and white socks, and I hesitate to even identify as a Chassid, as a Chassidish, because I try to think of myself as I'm an American Jew who is trying to, as an American also, and embracing the American ideology, but maintain a classical Hungarian Ashkenazi culture, Jewish culture, religious culture. And much of that is rooted in Germany. And in a certain sense, the Hungarians preserved what the Germans were before the Enlightenment came. Meaning, you look back at my holy ancestor, the Chavas Yoris, Chosi Galeno, I'll call Yisrael Amen, and you learn the Chavas Yor, you learn his Zemiros, you learn his Techinis and his Bakashas and everything, and it's what we would consider today a Chassidish approach. And the truth is, a lot of people often say that if the Vilna Gaon was around today, he would feel a lot more comfortable in Williamsburg than he would in Lakewood. But then some people say if the Baal Shem Tov were around, maybe he'd feel more comfortable in Lakewood than in Williamsburg. I don't know. What does all that mean? That's talking about culturally speaking, Lahavdil Alfalfi Avdalas, I remember the professor, I would speak in his college course, and I would tremble to say such a thing. I would even find it a little offensive to say such a thing, but the professor, he would always say, he said, if Jesus was around today, he would feel comfortable. He would point to me. He would feel comfortable in this man's synagogue, but if he would enter the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart, he said he would say, "This is the Temple of Zeus. What is this?" Which I feel uncomfortable saying that, and the truth is that the churches do try to embrace aspects of the classical Jewish sanctuary, but in a different way, not in the way that we do it today, and really not in the way that it was in the synagogue in the time of Jesus, but more what was in the temple or in the tabernacle before that, which was only one place. And but maybe it's a mix of the two, meaning it's a mix of the Jerusalem temple with a Greek or Roman temple, perhaps. It's really neither here nor there. But the thing, what David was asking was, and I hope you don't mind I use your name. You're typing, so that's why I'm using your name. What's new here in the, what my answer was that really, my answer to that question is that, the Hasidim preserved things that existed before the Baal Shem Tov, and would otherwise have been lost in so much of the Jewish community. Then we're talking about, but so many practices that were standard Ashkenazic practices are, for the most part now, only among Hasidim, which was, and only among certain Hasidim, you know. So my answer was, the better question is, which practices are the new practices? Being the Gartel is in Shulchan Aruch, a beard and payas, the Ammonites did that. That's not, just because a lot of Ashkenazim stopped doing it, I don't know if that means that, what a long coat? That was everybody. All Jews wore long coats. A shtreimel. Also, almost everyone in Eastern Europe, at a certain point in history, or Rabbanim wore shtreimlach, or they wore a kolpik, or this was just, even if the Hamonam maybe didn't, but the Rabbanim did. The only thing maybe is going to the mikveh every day, which was something that maybe, certainly in ancient times when there was the Tekonos Ezra, it was done, but in more recent times, maybe it was something that only Yechidei Segula did. It wasn't something that everybody did, and it became something that everybody did. Which perhaps could be the same story with the shtreimel, perhaps. But what else can we discuss here? Even the Zmiras. Most of the Zmiras the Hasidim sing all predate the Baal Shem Tov. The only major Zemer, the Nigunim is different, but the Zmiras, they're all old Zmiras. So except Koach Soif is the only real Hasidish Zemer there is. There are others. Barla wrote Zmiras, I understand, but who sings Barla's Zmiras is the Barlach. They sing Yichidasi, and it's a beautiful Zemer. And everybody else, nobody else sings those Zmiras. I do once in a while. Barla's yard site, and I'll sing it. But Koach Soif, everybody sings Koach Soif. Not only the Karliner Hasidim sing Koach Soif. They didn't empty the pool yet. If I can find my bathing suit, and I can go shops, it's a free after advice. So what else? What else can we share? Even a rabbi carrying a cane or whatever, that was, all rabbis carried canes in the old days. That was, saying the yotzers. That now it's only really the Yekas and the Hasidim say yotzers. Used to be all the Ashkenazim say yotzers. In fact, it's mostly the Hasidish influence that people stop saying yotzers. But then and that's the thing. Meaning the people who their ancestors were Hasidim, and because they were Ger or Lubavitch or whatever, and they didn't say Yotzers, and then the children didn't say Yotzers, so now they're modern Orthodox and they daven Ashkenaz, and they should be saying Yotzers. If you're davening Ashkenaz, you should be saying Yotzers, and they don't say Yotzers. And why don't you say Yotzers? Well, because my Zayda was a Ger Chassid, was a Lubavitcher Chassid. but in Bells and Satmar and everywhere they say Yotzers, and by the Yekas they say all the Yotzers, you know. So, you know, I don't know anything, you know, that you want to say, you know, the square Hasidim wearing stiefel, wearing boots is something. Hi. So that's maybe something. Well, watch out, watch out. Hi. So, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of these in by the square Hasidim, they keep some old minhagim that everybody else forgot about. Some are a little weird, but they're out of the ordinary. I don't mean weird. They're holy minhagim, but it's just like everybody else forgot about these minhagim, and square they do it. You know, I mean, you know, the square Rebbe goes Motzei Shabbos to the well and draws water. The Ramah says that. That's not Hasidic azach. You know, so you know, it is what it is. So, and that's why I remember asking the Satmar Rebbe or Baron Teitelbaum, how do I be a good Satmar Yid? He said, "Firzach al pi Shulchan Aruch." He just follows Shulchan Aruch. You're already like a Hasidic guy, because like most of the Orthodox world, you know, I mean, of course they're following Noisa Kalim, they're following Poskim. I'm not saying that they're not, they're violating halacha. But I'm just saying, you know, you go simply by Shulchan Aruch, people are gonna think, oh, you're Hasidic, you know. So thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. We'll see you later.